Versatis nisi optimum. Everton's motto, nothing but the best. In Merseyside's blue corner, they believe the best way is Howard's way. Great success as a player, even greater success as a manager. The FA Cup in '84. The Championship in '85 and '87. The European Cup Winners' Cup also in '85. The match today marks Howard Kendall's return to Goodison Park. Very good afternoon from Goodison Park, all this, and Gaza too. Any moment now, Howard Kendall will be coming out to be greeted by a sizable crowd here at Goodison Park. Let me introduce Ian St John to you and ask you, Ian, someone who knows Howard Kendall very well and the Merseyside situation even better, should he have come back here?
Well, it was a decision I think it shocked everybody in football, not only people here on Merseyside. I think the Evertonians will be hoping that the good times will be revived under Howard Kendall, and who's to say it won't be. But, you know, they say in life you should never go back. Now, I'm not too sure. I think we'll wait and see if Howard can prove everybody wrong.
I think we're about to find, Ian, that he's going to get a marvellous reception here.
He was well loved by the fans, and they were all disappointed, of course, when he left initially to go to Spain. But the fact that he's back now, they can see the good days coming back, can't they?
With Colin Harvey, Ian, the way they were 3.5 years ago, Howard Kendall, number 1, Colin Harvey, number 2. Evertonians got used to winning when he was here. It was a nice feeling. Right, well, let's join our commentators now for the match this afternoon. Everton against Spurs, Laurie McMenemy and Brian Moore.
Thanks a lot, Elton. Let's take our usual check on the two teams. Everton with Neville Southwell in goal. Number 2, the Dutchman, Ray Atterveld. 3, John Ebrell. 4, Kevin Ratcliffe. For 5, Dave Watson suspended. Martin Keown wears that shirt today. 6, Neil MacDonald. 7, first game of the season for Ian Snowden. 8, Stuart McCall. 9, a recall for Graham Sharp. And number 10 also for Tony Cottee. And number 11, Kevin Sheedy. 3 changes. It's quite possible that Ian Snowden might well be used as a sweeper today. There's speculation here too that Stuart McCall could be the man to man mark Paul Gascoigne. A complete change up front where the partnership of Sharp and Cottee is restored. As for Spurs, Eric Torsfett is their goalkeeper. Number 2, Mitchell Thomas. 3, the former Evertonian, Pat Vanden Hauwe. 4 is Steve Sedgley. 5, David Howes. 6, Gary Mabbott. 7, Paul Stewart. 8, Paul Gascoigne. 9 is Naeem. 10, Gary Lineker, another golden ex-Evertonian. And number 11 is Paul Allen. They'll line up as usual, I imagine. Sedgley and Mabbott, the centre-backs. The balanced midfield, where David Howe's excellent work is often overshadowed by the skills of Gascoigne. Lineker and Stewart poised to do the damage up front. The subs this afternoon for Everton, Nevin and Newell. And for Spurs, Walsh and 19-year-old Justin Edinburgh. Referee today, Keith Hackett from Sheffield. And my co-commentator, Laurie McMenemy. What do you fancy today, Laurie?
Fancy something hot at half-time, Brian. It's a little bit fresh and windy up here, but it's a good game in prospect because Tottenham disappointed a little the last time we were together when Liverpool went down there to White Hart Lane and won handsomely at the end. And I think they'll be keen to get it an Everton team, a club which has had a lot of change recently, and the strength of Tottenham this season has been very few changes.
Well, there's a change even before the start. The players not happy with the ball. Kendall with a relaxed smile there. And maybe Evertonians are hoping at any rate the good times start here again. A signal possibly for another upturn in the club's fortunes. First, of course, they have to climb away from the relegation area. Everton 4 off the bottom with just 11 points. Tottenham a third. They're in the white shirts today, attacking the goal to our right. This is Paul Allen. Well taken out there by Sheedy. Vanden Hauwe is back. He knows every inch of this Goodison Park turf. I must say, it's a pitch that's in wonderful condition here at Goodison Park. I really wouldn't want to tread on any groundsman's pawns, but I doubt if there's a better one in the league than this. Keown getting underneath this one. McCall. And certainly the first glance looks very much as though Ian Snowden will be a sweeper this afternoon. Bad ball given away there by Mitchell Thomas to Neil MacDonald. Sheedy. Atterveld. Sheedy again. By MacDonald towards Cotty. Sharp is poised on this side of the box. Excellent in the air. Now Sheedy, who might just be able to find him. And Sharp shoved away there by Mabbott, but the referee quickly spread his arms. Notice that McCall is getting also within range of Gascoigne. It's McCall. Sheedy. Break by Ratcliffe. Touch now to young John Ebrell. Ball again. Ebrell. Charged away there by Sedgley. Here's MacDonald. Naeem gets it clear to Gascoigne. Ebrell sticking close to Gascoigne at the moment. And Atterveld would allow him no room.
Interesting, Brian, that John Ebrell has got number 3 on, but I know him as a midfield player, in fact captain of the England under-21 team.
That's right, he came from the FA school. He's
he's a very nice fella, very quiet. He's I would say a traditional Everton type player, likes to play nice football, but today it'd be interesting to see what his defensive duties are. Got a gingerhead midfield man, which they've got to have, of course, at Everton since Alan Ball's days. That's McCall, and as you say, he is getting near to Paul Gascoigne when he's in possession, but
a handball by Paul Allen, although he was shoved into it by Sheedy. Donald. Spurs the two full-backs as they've done quite often before. Vanden Hauwe playing on the right-hand side and Mitchell Thomas on the left. That's Thomas's usual position, in fact. It's Vanden Hauwe now, who's predominantly left-footer, has got to cope with playing at right-back. Keown. Straight to Gascoigne. Gets away from McCall. Gascoigne, but McCall got back at him. Commits the foul, gives Spurs a free kick. And another ball comes on. They're not happy. That's 2 changes of ball we've had, with about 4 minutes gone. Well, this is an area where Gascoigne can be very, very effective. Naeem's also behind it. And Everton need to be really alert now. Gascoigne with it. Curled, it flicked off the defender. Spurs are claiming a corner, but the referee appears to be giving a free kick to Everton. A quick word from Ian St John.
Well, Brian, it appears to me that Paul Gascoigne will have a bit of freedom this afternoon. Everton are not deploying a man-for-man marker on him, and I think that's dangerous. I think we'll see a lot more of Paul Gascoigne today. I don't think you can give him freedom, because already we've seen him pick the ball up and run with it, and that's his strength.
Here's MacDonald. Certainly in that game a fortnight ago at Tottenham, Liverpool employed David Burrows to very good effect to snuff the life out of Paul Gascoigne that afternoon. Your view on this one, Laurie McMenemy?
I agree with Ian. If they do allow Paul Gascoigne to have room, well, he will excel in it. The only little thing that I have sometimes is that he doesn't give an early enough ball to Gary Lineker up front. I think he needs to remember that Gary's up there as well, and if he can mix his game up, he's got all the armoury there, well, then he could give Everton a very hard time.
It's MacDonald. quickly away there by Torstvedt. Now here's Gascoigne. Chipped up to Stewart. Being well watched though by Snowden, doing that sweeping job well. Atterveld. To Shot. Shot behind Sedgley. He's got Cotty in the middle and Sheedy coming up quick. Torstvedt's ball. Gascoigne. Brandon Howe. Gascoigne. Into Allen. Naeem. Mitchell Thomas has gone away down the left. There's some space here for Thomas to exploit. The cross coming in. And Lineker's underneath it, but so too was Neville Southall. Sheedy. McDonald. Sharp. Abbott trying to get at him. Sheedy. A ball. Swept wide here now to Ebrel. Ratcliffe playing it in. They're knocking the ball about very confidently at the moment, Everton. A ball. Denying the troubles that they've had for much of this season. Here's some good play by Atterveld. Crossed in there, but hitting it straight at Mitchell Thomas. Mind you, it's a picture that encourages you to knock it around a bit, Laurie, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a nice picture from up here, and it's a traditional ground for good open football. I think the crowd demand it, and there's no one more aware of that, of course, than Howard Kendall.
Howells cut out again by Snowden. He's had 3 operations for hamstring in Snowden and hasn't played since last April, in the first team, that is. He has only had 2 reserve and 1 A-team game this season. Here's again, number 7. I saw him play sweeper actually in a Littlewoods Cup game a season or 2 seasons ago, it may have been, against Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, Nottingham, and played really well. He reads the game well, he's an excellent passer of the ball, and I would have thought coming back from a long-range injury, that's the sort of position where he might be quite happy to slot in, as opposed to the more hectic work in midfield. Well, it's Naeem then with the corner for Tottenham. Towards David Howes. Gary Mabbott charged away. Gascoigne there for Naeem. Towards the far post, and Southall lets it go for the goal kick.
I agree with you about Snodden at the back, but I think his touch has got to be a little bit better than it was when he gave the corner away there, because your attitude is a big thing. You've got to not panic at all, but you've also got to be confident enough to come through with the ball at times. But getting back to the footballing aspect here, Brian, Howard is very much aware of what he will want in the long run, but in the short term, he'll want points in the bag, and I think that he'll be expecting to be tight at the back to start with.
Sheedy to Ebrel. Atterveld. Challenged by Howells. Was not a good one on MacDonald. Provides Tottenham, Everton rather, with a free kick. Yes, there's no doubt about it that Howard Kendall's first job is to stabilise the side. There will be quite an accent on caution. All managers tell you build from defence in any case. They'll certainly be looking for 3 points from this one. Sheedy goes wide of the goal. Mind you, they've conceded only 6 goals in their last 9 games and none in their last 2, so there's encouragement so far as the defence is concerned for Everton.
Still good striking people up there, hasn't he? Cotty and Shaw, eager to get back in the goals again. Shaw, one of the most unselfish forwards in the game, but he still manages his 10 to 20 goals every season. He's a very good professional.
No goals after 10 minutes. Snowden. To Keown. Atterveld. Snowden. And away from him a little bit there, and he lost it to Lineker. Dangerous thing to do in that area. Here's Stewart, played for Allen, and Lineker diving at that one, and a mistake by Ian Snowden in the first place that set Tottenham up.
Can't afford to get caught on the ball anywhere on the field, but especially in your own defensive third. And Gary Lineker, of course, as we know, is very, very quick on the ball. He must be quicker without the ball, and he hustled there, Snowden into a mistake, and they were lucky to get away with that because Gary was very near to finishing that good cross-off.
In fact, he looked a little offside there, Laurie, from that 18-yard camera. But certainly the warning is there for Everton. Don't start dilly-dallying on the edge of your own penalty area, as you say, anywhere in the field, particularly when the likes of Lineker are around. A throw then to Everton on the far side. Ray Atteveld with it. He'd had a problem this week with a knee injury, but he's overcome that. McDonald. Paul let that one go. Allen was quickly onto it. Here's Lineker. Everall chasing him. Stewart's come up. Gascoigne's in there. Vanden Hauwe. Good play there by Lineker. Good cross coming in. And Ratcliffe putting it behind for the corner again to Tottenham. It'll be taken by Naeem. Mitchell Thomas at the near post, making a darting run to get there first. Naeem deep this time. Stewart is in there with a header, but the whistle had gone, the flag was up. And it'll be a free kick. To be taken by Neville Southall, played for Wales in midweek in Luxembourg in that 1-0 win. Wales having a good run at the moment following that 3-1 win against Belgium. And Neville in a run of 118 consecutive games in goal. Thomas. Played for Mabbott. Talk a lot about Lineker and Gascoigne, of course. There's Gascoigne on the ball at the moment, but Mabbott's influence on the whole side is quite phenomenal. Allen, Vanden Hauwe. Here's Gascoigne again. Playing it through, threading it through really that time to Paul Allen. Gascoigne again. Howell's a little touch. Gascoigne enjoying a lot of freedom at the moment. Lineker couldn't quite keep a hold of it, but it's a throw nonetheless to Tottenham. Gascoigne again wanting some action, playing it back to Vanden Hauwe. Back again to Gascoigne. There was freedom there again for him. And Atteveld in the end playing it away. Jump by MacDonald. Sedgley to Mabbott. Lineker, look at the space on Lineker there. The Everton fans reacted probably quicker than that to that situation than the players themselves. Great groan went up as Lineker was seen to be in as much space as that. Here's McCall. Dummy by Sharp, gets it back from Potty. Plays it now for Everall. That's a good little cross down to McCall. The season, but it was a great move. Sharp and Potty involved, and then the ball out to Everall. There's the Sharp and Potty touch. Here's Everall, beautiful cross. And McCall on the far side with a downward header.
A lot of good things to admire. A lovely cross of young John Everall. Measured, the midfield player coming around the back. Gary Lineker would be looking up there, shaking his head, because he used to work with Sharpie in the old days here, the old 1-2, and and that was a good target player, just laying the ball off, getting it back and setting up the wide man for the cross. A good goal, and a goal which looked like the away team on the break, because Tottenham were threatening to get a hold of this game. And it was interesting. I think Howard Kendall and Colin Harvey both leapt up with the excitement of the goal, but they were telling the defence straight away, you're defending too deeply.
Gascoigne with the free kick for Tottenham. Owls came in late on it. And it's a goal kick to Everton.
I think when a team puts in a sweeper and they haven't worked at it for a long time and they haven't played it, there's a lack of confidence if it doesn't go right immediately. And the tendency is to sit back and think, well, we've got bodies back here. But what it's doing is, as Ian pointed out early on, it's giving the opposition more room in midfield. And if they can get that right, well, then Tottenham have got a big job on their hands.
Thank you, Laurie. We saw the goal then from the other side of the field. A fine cross by Ebrel, and actually there was a little bit of space, wasn't there, on the far post for McCall to exploit it. But here's Snowden. It's long towards Potty, but Mabbott glancing it sideways. Allen. John Ebrel. I can remember the years when the Everton fans used to cheer those sort of tackles from Pat Van den Hal.
Yeah.
But a free kick it was. Neil MacDonald with it. Scooped in there, and it came in fact, the whistle's gone. Kieran's header won't count.
Amazing what a goal does, Brian. The confidence is high now, and the crowd can sense it, that the team is wanting to get forward, and that's what they like here. They're enjoying every minute now. It was offside, wasn't it? He did the right thing, he pulled it back, and not very often a centre-half scores, and he wouldn't be too happy there.
In fact, Keown has never scored for Everton. Snowden gets it back, quite comfortably that time. I think that was a goal that was ruled out by the referee. I didn't notice the linesman raising his flag. Adderveld now for Everton. Cotty. MacDonald with it. Like Paul Gascoigne, he came up through the junior ranks at Newcastle. That is of old. Sheedy to McCall. Ebrel. Cut out by Gascoigne. Played beautifully, invitingly into the path of Lineker. A lot of pace there. Stewart's come up on the far side. Will Stewart get there first? The three Everton defenders were swarming around him.
It's also played nice and early by Paul Gascoigne, and that is what Gary Lineker needs. He goes on an early run, and if the midfield player delays it, he's often offside, and there's no one better than Gary Lineker when he gets a good service like that.
A free kick to Tottenham. You might be able to hear it through our microphones on a really blustery afternoon here at Goodison Park. No doubting the quality of the football so far. It's Thomas now finds Naeem. Sedgley, back to Mabbott. Flag it up. Gascoigne offside. Gascoigne certainly getting freedom this afternoon, which I don't think he would have enjoyed in Dublin on Wednesday. It wasn't his sort of game. Just what was Graham Taylor's right-hand man. Let's get your view.
Plenty of freedom. He was sat next to me in the trainer's box. I mean, we didn't restrict him at all.
Well, here he is again. Here he is again. Stopped right at the end by Keown. Snowden playing it forward. Now Potty chasing. Sedgley trying to get back there for him. Sharps in the middle. Support from Sheedy. And very un-Sheedy like that one.
Different type of game on Wednesday, Brian. The one common denominator was it was very, very windy. After that, I can't. The grass was the same colour. But that's about all. I mean, we've seen more football played on the ground where Gary Lineker is at the minute.
Having been
today.
cut there by Ratcliffe, who's been spoken to by the referee.
Yes,
Laurie.
It has been a good footballing game this so far, which is what we say the crowd here like to see, and I think most people do. Two teams who are prepared to build up and have nice moves. We knew that the game in Dublin would be played mainly in the air, and so it turned out. And I think midfield players get frustrated in situations like that. In the purest type of midfield player, which is Paul Gascoigne, no one better than him. He's having a little cheeky grin over this there. He must know that we're talking about him, Brian. But he enjoys this sort of game. I'm not sure he would have enjoyed Wednesday so much, but it's gone now. Graham Taylor is the manager, and he made the right decision. He left a lad out who's got about 10 caps, and we got a result 10 minutes off. Tremendous result, really. But
there will certainly be other days for him.
Well, I would think so. 23-year-old Brian.
This is Kevin Ratcliffe here. We're talking about Paul Gascoigne, of course.
I saw Kevin Ratcliffe Monday night in the hotel where the under-21s were in London. They were getting ready to go off to Luxembourg, and there was him, Ian Rush, Neville Southall and all, and they were talking about the senior lads, which of course he is the captain as well, deciding that we've got a good team, we've had a good start with Belgium, it's about time we did something, and I think that that's good news for Terry York and all Welsh people.
Indeed. Well, here's the free kick which Gascoigne is taking for Tottenham. Hit towards Mitchell Thomas, who'd gone up there, but Everton get that away. Here's Sedgley. Cut out by Cocky, preventing it reaching Gascoigne. A nice little touch by McCall. Lovely touches here by Everton. That's Owls getting that one away with a good, firm header. Following it up again with a pass to Naeem. Lineker waiting in the middle. No foul. As Atterveld flashed there with Naeem. Hackett, a big, imposing figure, quickly spreading his arms. A corner, though, for Tottenham, which Paul Gascoigne will take. Stewart at the near post, Lineker behind him, Thomas, Mabbott, Powell's in there too, Allen also. And pushed over by Neville Southall. Curling that ball in towards the goal as Gascoigne takes it. It was MacDonald who got that one away. It'll be a Tottenham throw. Naeem to Gascoigne. It's gone past McCall. And Atternold gave away the corner. It's the fifth for Tottenham, and Everton yet to win a corner. Gascoigne again with it, driven in this time, but again the same result because it hits MacDonald at the near post. MacDonald giving it away. Naeem turning it back. Gascoigne once more. MacDonald. Ball had gone out of play this time for a goal kick.
We talk a lot about Paul Gascoigne inevitably, but there are other midfield players in Tottenham's team, and Naeem has been very quiet so far, and yet he's the sort of quality player that Evertonians admire. And I think that if we see him get in the game, it'll be better for his manager sitting there biting his nails at the minute, is Terry Eving.
Snowden. It's quickly to MacDonald. Atterveld getting himself into a bit of pickle there, and MacDonald getting him out of it. Here's Snowden. Chip up towards Sharp. Some space now for Atterveld down that right flank. Here come Everton again. Sharp. MacDonald, a little chip in. Cotty playing it on, and this time McCall's offside.
The problem with quality midfield players, and you've got quite a few on view here, is that when they lose the ball is how hard they work to stop the opposition, and old Naeem just watched Atterveld go past them with the ball there, and that's the problem. How far do you go waiting to get possession, and how hard do you work to get it back again?
Stewart. Naeem. Lineker. Allen. Now Ratcliffe. Sheedy. There's Ebrel. Really taking on Vanden Hauwe here and going past him. That was a terrific bit of play by Ebrel, and it needed Mabbutt's intervention at the end to prevent another disaster hitting Tottenham as Everton win their first corner. But Vanden Hauwe was jockeying and jockeying and jockeying, and in the end Ebrel swept by him. And Sheedy now with the corner. Towards Sharp. Naeem helping it out for Tottenham. Snowden knocking it wide again. Sheedy is there, but the flag is up.
Kevin Sheedy was just as pleased there. I don't think he fancied a 50-50 with a big goalkeeper, did he, Brian?
I don't think he did.
Impressive young John Ebrel. You know, he's normally a centre midfield for the under-21 team. He's gone down that left wing like a good one a couple of times. He made the goal and really attacked the defence there, which is good to see any player doing, but especially a lad who's supposed to be a defender today.
Naeem now for Tottenham. Oh, good play by Naeem. A little too much. Snowden doing his duty. Stopped by Gascoigne. Down the line for Thomas. Sharp. Everton have a good recent record against Tottenham here at Goodison Park. They've won 4 of the last 5. The other one was drawn, and the last Spurs victory here, you go back to 83-84. And they won 4-1. They're a goal down here. Scorer Stuart McCall. Abbott. Everton 1, Spurs 0. Potty knocking it down towards Sharp. Mabbutt again in quickly. Gascoigne. Mabbutt. Gascoigne. That's a lovely ball again for Howard. Played in well by him too for Stewart. Tried a shot there which was curling just wide.
Good little reminder there to Everton that they can't be too slack. There was no one tight at all on Paul Gascoigne yet again, and he had time to pick off his man in a forward position, and he just can't relax because Tottenham have got plenty of goal potential about them.
Good advantage played there by Keith Hackett. Stuart McCall's feet were rather high, but Spurs were in possession. It'll be a throw then to Everton. Crowd estimated to be something in the mid-30s, about 35,000. Good ball by Sheedy. Atterveld playing it in well towards Sharp, and Sedgley doing the saving job for Tottenham there with the header behind for the corner, which Sheedy again will take. Keown at the near post along with Sharp. Ball. Everton tried to make something of it. There were too many white shirts there. Gascoigne got caught just for a moment. Sharp now! And a terrific save by Prospect. Well, it broke beautifully for Graham Sharp. Clear of the last line of defenders, but Prospect stood big and strong and made a really excellent save. We'll look at that again in a moment, but here's another corner for Everton. And a good safe catch by the big Norwegian. What about this for a save, Laurie?
We closed him down well, didn't he? Broke nicely. He's already coming off his line, you see, and he doesn't give the much of the goals. But he struck it very well, and he's big enough, isn't he, when he spreads himself. But remember his early days, he was letting things like that in, so he's very much more confident now, Big Eric.
Oh, Ray Clements is one of the goalkeeping coaches, of course, down at Tottenham, so maybe his influence is there, but Atterville gets that one away. Howell's in, Ebrel away. Brandon Howe. In goes McCall as Gascoigne waited. Here's Sharp. Back for Ebrel. Ratcliffe. Playing it around well, Everton. Sheedy. Beautifully there by Sheedy for Atterville, but that's not so good. It'll be a goal kick. As I say, a crowd of well over 30,000, and just behind the gentleman with grey hair there, you can probably pick out Peter Reid, a great old Evertonian. Norman Whiteside just behind him. Peter Reid, of course, now manager of Manchester City. A 2-2 draw they had at Luton yesterday, and Peter wasn't very happy about the late penalty that... More of that in a moment. Good work by Lineker. What I was going to try to say to you, of course, was that we'll be seeing all those goals and all the other First Division goals in our special sequence at the end of the match today. Everton leading by a goal to nil here, but Lineker's won a corner. Stuart McCall after 14 minutes. Stewart with a header. Sheedy with the clearance. Essentially crossing it again towards Paul Stewart. Got up beautifully there towards Lineker, and Lineker couldn't quite get his balance right. And Ian Snowden was in to get it away. Twice Stewart has been quite influential in that 6-yard or just outside the 6-yard area with good headers. Allen, Naeem, time to measure up across. Sheedy, though, making it a little more difficult for him. There's Naeem, a lovely cross in there, inviting the front men to come on, and in the end, Southall, his judgment was excellent, just allowing it to go away for the goal kick.
See how strong the wind is there. That was always going away from the forwards, but good curling ball. The quality of the crossing's been very good on both sides today, and when that happens, you usually get more goal opportunities, which is what keeps everybody happy. But did you notice how Peter Reid's hair's gone a bit grey as well there, Brian? I mean, he's only been a manager for 4 days. God help him comes the summer. Look at that poor soul. He used to laugh him.
They love him here still, don't they?
He learned a point away from home, still a good one.
Yes. Keown.
I asked him if he saw his old pal yesterday, Steve Williams. And he said, yes. And he said he's got to come to our place yet. So I don't know what that means, Steve. You must have upset him a bit.
Here's Lineker. To Thomas. Spurs looking for an equaliser. Finding Naeem on the far side. Foul by Atterville again on Naeem. Going out that way as though he wants a slice of this particular piece of action. Stewart's in there. Mitchell Thomas has come up. Stewart with the backward header, but a little too much on it. Howells gets it back again. Sheedy can tee this one up to get it away. Ooh, and doesn't take the opportunity and might be in trouble. No, he's still got him out of it. Partially. Navitz with a throw. Brandon Howe. Keown got that away to McCall.
See that sort of high challenge there? That would have been a foul on Wednesday with an Italian referee, Brian.
Yes, he was out of sympathy with our sort of game, wasn't he?
think he's an aficionado of the ballet.
Gascoigne getting away from McCall. And then trying to set Lineker on his way, but it ricochets here to Paul Allen. Sheedy. Cotty. Sheedy. Sharp. Thomas. To Naeem. Gascoigne. Flick there with the outside of the boot. Naeem. Spurs knocking it about beautifully now, just as Everton have been doing. Sheedy. Ball now to Ebro. Dummage for a moment, gave himself a half a yard, did Stuart McCall there. And the Everton fans enjoying this at the moment. But not. Here's Gascoigne. McCall throwing himself at it. Sharp trying to get back and get possession once again. Richard Thomas brought down, that's a free kick. The foul by Atterveld.
Kevin Sheedy's got a very cultured left foot, Brian, hasn't he? And I think he's surprised Tottenham a little bit today. He's playing more inside, which has given more room on this wing to John Everett, of course.
Gascoigne. Brandon Howe. Stewart's gone deeper this time, away from his marker, just for a moment. Gascoigne picking out Paul Allen. Brandon Howe putting it in early towards Stewart. Or what will he decide? A throw to Everton. Brandon Howe. Stewart again, arms raised on the far side there, wanting the cross in. Here's Lineker. Gascoigne. There's Lineker again. Just about to say Everton won't mind if he stays on the touchline, but Lineker's always likely to look for the pass coming in, and it's a lovely goal scored by Howells. Spurs go 1-1. To the delight of their travelling fans. David Howells, fourth of the season. Sorry, Laurie.
They went very deep there, and I think they lost their concentration a bit, and Howells just nipped in there on the back. A little bit of ball watching. You see, you can sometimes get too many defenders back there, and no one is really picking up. Howard will be very upset about that goal, but I must say Gary Lineker is working very hard for the front man, and he's not just staying up there waiting for supplies coming. He's out there looking for it, and in his own way there, he pulled the defence out of position.
Here's Lineker again. Ball. Sheedy. Ratcliffe. In comes Brandon Howe. Alongside him, Lineker in there too. Stewart up there. Here's Gascoigne being chased by McCall. He gets away the free kick. Gascoigne lining up a Gascoigne special. Naeem is there too. 5 in the wall. Gascoigne hits it straight at the Everton wall, looks to get another bite at it, but it's Cotty who brings it away to Sheedy. Going towards Cotty, well taken out that time by Steve Sedgley. Gascoigne to Allen. Richard Thomas on the far side in a little space. There's Lineker doing a lot of work again, coming back very deep. Just a moment before Howells' header, he was right on this touchline beneath us. Turning well. Lineker. It's getting a bit breezier. Thomas. Held up for the moment by Atterveld. Ian gets it away. Howes. Brandon Howe. Gascoigne to Lineker. Almost got Brandon Howe in. The Everton old boy is nearly causing an embarrassment there. It's all Spurs at the moment as Naeem now. Takes on Atterveld again, tries too much. Goal kick.
Interesting to see whether Howard perseveres with this back five in the second half, Brian, because...
The goal from the other side first.
Oh, yes,
Sorry,
there's Howard's conjuring around the back there, you see. Plenty of blue shirts, but they're tending to ball watch, as we say, and they weren't expecting him to pop up. But at the moment, they've got plenty of people back there, but if anything, they're far too deep.
Went behind last week against Wimbledon, twice I think in that game, and came back and won it. Behind here early on to Stuart McCall today, and have got back to 1-1. Lineker plays it in, offside against Stuart. Now there, free kick. Quickly taken by Cottee himself. Coming to the last 2 minutes of the first half now. 1-1 the score here at Goodison Park. Here's Ratcliffe for Everton. Sheedy playing it towards Sharp. Gascoigne. Brandon Howe. And again. Gascoigne. Naeem. Brandon Howe. Held in one more, and it was Keown on the end of that one for Everton. Paul Allen, the last minute of the first half now. Brandon Howe again. A rough time this for Everton. And Lineker came close to making it rougher.
Came on to him late, that, but he wouldn't expect that there because Snodden slipped. His feet went away from him. Here you'll see him thinking that he's got this ball covered. There down he goes, and came on to Gary late. They're not closing the man down enough, are they, Everton? The crosses are coming in far too easily. And they're good quality, but of course, if no one's trying to stop you, you've got more time.
And you say they're still defending too deep?
Well, they've got plenty of... There was eight defenders and a goalkeeper in the penalty area then, but no one was stopping the man from crossing the ball.
Shoved there by Sedgley, it was, as the half-time whistle goes. Well, Everton off to a good start with their first home game with new manager Howard Kendall. Stuart McCall scoring after 40 minutes after a lovely cross by John Ebrell. And then David Howells making the equaliser for Tottenham Hotspur. Half-time then at Goodison Park, it's Everton 1, Tottenham 1.
welcome back. Good attacking open game of football here at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Spurs 1. And considering, Ian, that it is a very active midfield, there's a lot of space in there for the players.
Well, as you say, it's a very open game, and it makes a change after seeing Wednesday's over in Dublin. This is a game that's played on the floor here, and it's lovely. Great football being played by both sides. Very entertaining.
Everton took the lead. I think it's fair to say that it was against the run of play at the time.
Well, yes, it was against the run of play, but McCall started there in midfield, who's having a good game, I think, for Everton. Young John Eberl playing well at the left back. Lovely little ball to far post, and there was McCall that started it, coming in and heading. So good midfield play and good backing up play. Here we see it. You can see when McCall carries on running. All young midfield players should watch that. You play the ball and you keep going and see the move out. And he's followed it all the way. And really can't blame a goalkeeper through his legs, but you don't blame the goalkeeper with that. No chance.
You mentioned Graham Sharp a couple of times in the first half. Do you feel that he's the same player that Howard Kendall left 3.5 years ago?
Well, 1 goal in 10 games is not a great goal-scoring record, is it? And I don't think his record was that when Kendall left. And look, he was a chance for him here. And I was a little bit surprised reading in the paper recently when he was saying, I don't care who scores here as long as we win. Well, I think if you're 6 foot tall, you're very good in the air like he is, and you've got a powerful shot, I think I'd be a little bit worried if he's not interested in who's scoring. I think Howard Kendall will be saying, look, you know, we want a better ratio of goals from you.
You talked about Gaza. Everyone talks about Gaza.
Yes.
I think Naeem has figured in your conversation as much as anybody in the first.
Well, Naeem's also very skillful, but I think Everton are committing suicide by allowing Paul Gascoigne the space. Gaza's not wanting to get involved in any physical stuff today, and I'm wondering if it's maybe because of publicity recently. He's opting out of all the tackles and the clashes, but when he's got the ball, his use of the ball is wonderful. As is Naeem, you know, as you said.
I was saying Naeem, a nice range of crosses, and one that produced Tottenham's equaliser.
Well, you see, they're raining crosses in at Everton. I mean, this is one thing that they're doing, and that was a lovely goal by Howells coming in. You may say that Everton, the centre-backs, Radcliffe, the number 4 here, you'll see, who's marking him there. He gets in front of Radcliffe and beats him to it. And I don't think Neville could have got to that, even if he'd have dived. So, Tottenham playing well, getting crosses in, and we were saying as the game was progressing there, this is one where you can see a few goals.
OK, talking of goals, goals of the day competition last week.
Yes.
Who was the winner, by the way?
Well, I gave it to Dale Gordon of Norwich. I thought it was a good individual goal.
That was away at Chelsea. Thousands agreed with you, but the first out of the hat, so to speak, was Tony Lamb of Watlington, near Kings Lynn, in Norfolk. No doubt a Norwich fan, so a substantial cash prize to him. Another substantial cash prize to be won today with a couple from this afternoon. And 24 goals yesterday, including this one for Leeds United. They really are playing ever so well at the moment. Look at that, Ian. Beautiful little back heel by Chapman. Strachan tucking it away. One of 24 you'll be able to see later.
Welcome back to Goodison Park. The score standing, Everton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Atterville getting in quickly for Everton, up to Cotty. Again to Atterville. Well, Sharp couldn't quite get a hold of that one. And it's Snowden who backpedals quickly. Spurs, of course, beaten only once this season in 15 games. Highly publicised defeat. Live on the match, of course, against Liverpool at White Hart Lane a couple of weeks ago. It's the sole blemish on their season. Atterveld. Keown scooping it forward towards Sheedy, who'd gone in there, but was quite easily beaten in the air by Mabbott. Stewart versus Keown. It comes again to Gascoigne. Challenged by MacDonald. Gascoigne again. Naeem. Mitchell Thomas has gone on that break down the left flank for him. He's left it now for Gascoigne. Naeem. Gascoigne. And a little flick with the outside of the boot. Almost an arrogant touch there to Mitchell Thomas. Offering no threat whatsoever to the Everton defence.
Enjoying himself, Paul Gascoigne, today. He's having a little chat with the kids in the crowd there, and that little flick with the outside of his boot. They had a go on him, but they enjoyed it just the same.
Just one goal in the last 8. Well, here's another familiar face for all Liverpool fans, Glenn Hussein. The match is going live to Sweden today, and it's good to have Glenn alongside us in the commentary box. But he's fairly new to it, Laurie, because he arrived in just a blazer, an open-neck shirt, no pullover.
That's right. Yeah, I mentioned that to him. I thought he was going to be inside with Ian there, with all the softies inside.
That's right.
And when I looked along and he was along here, I thought, hello. And then next time I looked 10 minutes later, he had about 3 overcoats on him.
Right. We managed to borrow a coat from Everton for him, and he's a lot happier now. But good luck to him, and I hope he's enjoying it today as well. As indeed are the fans in Sweden. Gascoigne. Naeem.
Different wind here to Ireland. In Ireland it blows whichever way Jack wants it to go, you know, Jack Charlton. I think Howard Kendall will have the same effect in time, but he's got to get he's got to get settled back in yet.
Well, it's with Gascoigne again for Tottenham. Characteristic run of his, and a long cross coming in there towards Stewart. Such a good target man for that sort of cross. It was Paul Allen who'd hoisted it in there. And there was a foul by Stewart, either on Keown or Southall. At any rate, it's a free kick to Everton. Scored 4 in his last 6 as Paul Stewart. And always offers a threat. Adeveld just kept it in play. Howell's taken nicely on his chest. Little pass there for Naeem. Naeem then well beaten by Adeveld. Through now, but it just wanted a good pass there at the last moment for either Cottee or Sharp, who were up there poised on the edge of the Spurs penalty area. And Adeveld couldn't produce it.
Naeem's a bit upset because no one spoke to him. Trouble is they did, but he didn't understand them.
What about that for a bit of skill by Naeem? Bamboozling MacDonald and McCall. Here's again Naeem. Allen to Van den Hauwe. Crossed with the right foot. Naeem.
Players are enjoying this, Brian, because there's plenty of room, as Ian said, at half-time, and then they're expected to perform good quality stuff, and there's been some nice little cameos out there today. And a couple of goals. If he gets some more goals, well, it'll round it off nicely.
Here's Gascoigne. To the byline well. Lineker was waiting. And Ratcliffe got an important header in there for Everton. Sedgley. Allen. To Lineker. Did well there, Lineker, beating Ratcliffe. Keown was there as Howells came in very late indeed.
Lovely how Gary Lineker moved out there, took that ball in his stride, chested it down, and then got a good cross in as well. Good quality stuff.
Sharp with a header for Everton. Up goes Sedgley. Naeem to Gascoigne. Little flick to Van den Hauwe. Touch back to Allen. In again to Gascoigne. Lovely little ball by Gascoigne again for Paul Allen. Down to that byline, the cross coming in there. Southall could only deal with that one. And Lineker, who's not usually an appealer, had his arms aloft there. Whether he felt there was a handball as that ball came across. Paul losing it to Gascoigne. Roberts taking it up and finding Paul Allen. Allen. Gascoigne tussling and bustling there. And Everton come away with Stuart McCall, but again a wasted ball to the annoyance of the Everton fans. Goes straight to Mitchell Thomas. To Gascoigne into the path of Naeem. Here's Stewart. Thomas. Stewart back for Thomas. And good work by Southall. Sheedy to Sharp. Being policed here by Sedgley. Donald. Sharp might be the target for him. Cotty is very active up there as well. MacDonald's, in the end, it's nothing. It's a goal kick.
I think it's a good thing that both teams are prepared to play football today on the ground. I think when it frustrates is when one team is happy to kick it 40, 50, 60 yards every time up in the air, and I think that's when the wind takes over. But the players have more or less mastered the wind, although I think it had a little bit to play in Neville Southall's judgment there. But the quality of the crosses remains constant, and it's been very good all the time.
We saw it there, and the reason, no doubt, that Lineker was complaining was that he felt that he'd been shoved to the ground. Just had a couple of minutes back. Foul Gascoigne. Everton's free kick. Kevin Ratcliffe now, a rare sortie forward. Ebel. Paul. Sheedy. And a corner given. Everton's fourth of the game. Sheedy will take it. Keown at the near post. Sharp and MacDonald waiting on the edge of the box. Two big men, if Sheedy can find them. But Everton are making a substitution. They're taking Snowden off and bringing Pat Nevin on. So they're dispensing with the sweeper. Sheedy with the cross. And here's the first touch for Nevin. Oh, the little touch by him. Cotty couldn't quite get on the end of that. And he's always likely to produce something like that, is Nevin.
I think he'll feel at home in this game because there's lots of good football going on, and we all like to see a winger, a tricky little winger like him, and it'll be interesting now to see if Tottenham do anything to change their formation. I shouldn't think they will. I think they're confident enough, but Howard's dispensed with the sweeper.
Lineker stopped that time by Keown. Paul Allen going in. Time he was stopped by Atterveld. So Nevin, of course, taking his usual place out wide on the right. And with Sheedy away on the left. And here is Nevin. A deep cross by him, too deep probably for Cotty. And here's Sheedy on the far side. Crossing it in again there towards Graham Sharp, but Mitchell Thomas getting that one away. Atterveld. MacDonald. Nevin. Onside. Leg stays down. Atterveld playing it in quickly. Sheedy couldn't quite get to that one. Now the flag is up. But straight away there have been one or two touches from Pat Nevin that have made things look a lot brighter for Everton.
Well, there's lots of space here today for all the players, and he can use it better than most. And also Kevin Sheedy looks to me as though he's going further out on the left there, and so it's given Everton a good wide look to them, and it'll put a little bit more pressure on the midfield players. But the way Stuart McCall's playing in particular, he won't mind that.
Keown getting there before Lineker. Thomas playing it back again. Atterveld. Cotty. McCall. Good ball there by McCall for MacDonald. Oh, and he very nearly got it through to Sharp. Ebel. McCall. Ooh, nice dummy there by Nevin. And away goes Atterveld again. Past Naeem. There's a little cross coming in. Oh, and Cotty just ducked his header in that. There was no great conviction about that Tony Cotty header. But what a lovely Everton move it was.
Lovely move, good one touch, and yeah, good dummy there by Nevin. Now watch this. On Naeem, thought about it, body check. Good cross again. He didn't think it was coming to him, Cotty. If anything, the defender sort of pulled his head away at the last minute, and a good attacking move.
Keown. Abbott underneath this one. Thomas also. Sedgley backtracking and has got Torsved available. Spurs got a pretty good mean defensive record away from home. Before today, they'd only conceded one away goal in the league. It was at Nottingham Forest. One here. Still a good record in 6 games. Nevin trying to create a little bit of magic there. The ball hasn't gone for a goal kick. It's a throw. And he's got amongst the goals a bit this season as well. Nevin, he's got 6 so far. 2 previous seasons he'd scored only 5 in each of them, which was a very poor return for such a talented player. And yet in his days with Clyde and with Chelsea, he scored something over 60 goals. He is number 12 after Naeem. He is again, Nevin. Thomas. Cut out by Keown. Call, Ratcliffe, look at that for nice one-touch passing. Sheedy, Donald, Sharp. Some downpour as well, which will slick the surface a little bit. Nevin. A call. And Atterveld, but he won't be able to hold it. But you can hear the applause from the Everton fans enjoying that.
They like attacking football here, and they're forgetting it a minute, of course, that they're nearer the bottom of the league than the top. And that's the sort of crowd they are, that if they've been entertained, that's the first and foremost thing. But Howard is a very sensible and experienced manager, and he realises that he's got to get points in. It could well be that his away performances will be much more defensive, but no one can say that this is a defensive game from either side's point of view today.
Back by Keown to Southall. A really heavy shower of rain.
That was to weigh Pat Nevin down. He was in danger of getting blown away there, Brian.
Yes, he weighs only 10 stone, 5'6". Not this man. Erik Torsved, something bigger than that. 6'3" he is.
That's just one leg.
Erik the Viking.
Well, used to be Erik the Unready, but I think he's passed the test now. He's confident enough. He was giving messages for Graham Taylor to me in the passage before the game. Pick the next team, really, Brian.
Who was this?
Erik.
Was he?
Aye. Quite a few Tottenham players in it, man, but I'm sure Graham will be anxious to hear all the news.
Here's Nevin. Little touch by Cotti and a good one. Picks out Nevin. Now, what sort of cross? A good cross in there towards Nevin, towards Cotti. And Spurs really had to deal sharply with that one. A throw goes Everton's way. Sharp, lovely touch. Can Cotti get in behind them? The flag was up. It's been a tough season for Tony Cotti. He had a really nasty virus infection at the start of the season. Actually put him into hospital. But he still scored 6 goals this season. Was the Everton top scorer last season with 15. Signed by Colin Harvey, of course, for £2 million from West Ham. Offside flag. Not much in that one. Paul Stewart caught offside.
It's just been a bit quiet for a few minutes as Paul Gascoigne. He's drawn his second win, and I think that he'll go again. The game's gone like that. It's gone back and forwards, each side having a little few minutes supremacy, and I think Gaz is about to go, ready to go again.
Two-man team, Howard Kendall and Colin Harvey of Everton. Keown. Very nicely there by McDonald. Sheedy trying to pick out Sharp. Might come for Nevin, it does. Now can Mitchell Thomas hold him off? Sedgley coming out to help. Oh, and Nevin cheekily got it back again, then gets the throw.
Pat Nevin always looks as if he's just finished running the marathon, doesn't he? And he's only been on 7 minutes. But he's lively and he's likely to produce something. And when we talk about quality of crosses, I think we should. Well, he has a few statistics coming up there.
Spurs had 6-4 in corners, 8-5 in shots, 9-7 in free kicks, and each were caught offside 4 times. Challenge of Mitchell Thomas just a little too high. Big chap like Mitchell Thomas is challenging a 5'6" fella like Pat Nevin. It's always likely to be a little too high, but it's a free kick which Atterville's taking for Everton. Almost glanced on there by Sharp. There's McCall to Sheedy. To McCall again. Laid it back there for Cotty. For Nevin. And a great save by Torstvedt from Sheedy. Lovely bit of football. Because a beautifully directed shot there by Kevin Sheedy and a real great flying save by Eric Torstvedt. We'll see that again in a moment. Here's Paul Allen for Tottenham. So many goal-mouth chances have been made by really good moves, and here's another one as Stewart feels he was bundled in the back there by Ratcliffe. And I think he had a bit of a case.
Stewart called it very well on that other move. Like Ian said at half-time, he started it and he got the return and went into the box, and Cotty, I felt a bit sorry for him. The crowd thought that he hadn't gone in fully for it. He knew he couldn't get it, and he was content to lay it off. Yeah, there's McCall gone for the second one. Cotty just can't get there. He let it go. Comes back to Sheedy, one of the best left foots in football. Wall up, and there he is, Eric. He got there and he held it. Good football, very enjoyable for everyone.
Ebrel, Ratcliffe hoisting it forward again. Sharp looking to get in behind the Tottenham defence. He's got a good deal of support up there. Cotty and Sheedy. Howells, who gets it clear, with the score still at 1-1, with 25 minutes of the game to go. It's with Howells, and now Thomas. Naeem. Thomas. Gascoigne. Thomas. Thomas again to Lineker. So we're crowding him out on the edge of the box there. Naeem. Now Gascoigne might unleash something here. No, he plays it for Naeem very well indeed. Naeem tried too much when it should have been played in a bit earlier, surely. Mandenhauer. And a throw to Everton. Let's just take a quick word with Ian St John. Saint, you must have seen Everton a few times this season, being a Mersey lad. Is there anything done under Howard Kendall?
Well, obviously, today they're very refreshing. The football they're playing on the floor, I'm very, very impressed with. And obviously, they're all out to do well for Howard, so you can see that in the whole attitude of the team.
Here's Gascoigne. Sorry, Ian, yes, go on.
So you can see that in the attitude of the team, Brian, the way they're going at the job. And it's a smashing game. As Laurie was saying, it's real end-to-end stuff. One team has this ascendancy for 5 or 10 minutes, and then it switches to the other end. And at this stage, you wouldn't like to say who would win it, but yes, I can see a big change in Everton and the way they're performing today.
Thanks, Saint. Up goes Sharp, but beaten there by Sedgley. Here's Ebrel. Cotty. McDonald. Paul. Adeveld. Troll let him down there. Stewart. Got Gascoigne up. Lineker up. Here's Gascoigne. McCall's coming back at him. Gascoigne shielded it well there. Pass to Mitchell Thomas. In fact, Mitchell Thomas was offside in any case. Halfway through the second half. 1-1. A little later on, Laurie, you've got to choose the Barclays man of the match. Here's Nevin. Final pass was missing. But really entertaining, jinky little stuff there from Pat Nevin. Paul Allen, stopped well by Ebrel. That's a good ball by Ebrel. To Sharp. Cotty waiting up there. Ebrel's made a run as well. But Sharp, in the end, gets a corner. Earlier delivery might have been a little more effective.
Yes, I think so. John Ebrel, he started all that off and is following suit with all the others. He's joining in and he finished up right in the 6-yard box there. And I think Graham Sharp could have released that ball a little bit earlier. Had plenty of support there.
Sheedy with the corner for Everton. Turning away towards Graham Sharp. Ateveld. Came off Gascoigne. Here's Stewart. Just Stewart and Lineker up, and Ateveld getting back quickly. Stewart now. Oh, he tried to pick up Naeem on the far side and very nearly made it as the rain comes down again.
It's interesting how different players use the wind on the set pieces. Kevin Sheedy's curling his centres away from the goal completely, whereas Paul Gascoigne has used the wind to take it right into the goalkeeper.
Ratcliffe. There's Cotty, who's been really busy this afternoon without a great deal of luck. All just out of play, and it's an Everton throw.
That's probably the difference with Everton, that the forwards still need to relax that little bit. I mean, any team that's near the bottom means that their strikers haven't been hitting the back of the net. And these two fellas up front will obviously be much more relaxed when they get the goal. And then you'll see the team take off, because the rest of the team is playing very well and very confidently.
Stewart dispossessing Adeveld. There's Mitchell Thomas. Tonight. Gascoigne eluding the call, winning a bit of freedom, finding Allen. I feel there are more goals in the air this afternoon, Laurie.
Yes, you can sense that there's plenty of good quality players there who are likely to still come good.
Naeem.
We haven't seen many shots today from a distance, and we haven't seen many passes over 30 or 40 yards. The last one there was young John Ebrel from the halfway line, where he actually, as I said, followed it in and got into the penalty area. But it's been a good mixture of good close play and intelligent movement off the ball.
Sedgley's header goes straight to McDonald. Nevin again, a little will-o'-the-wisp. McDonald playing it in towards Sharp, nodded down by him to Sheedy. For a moment, Spurs looked in trouble there as that ball looked to be inviting the left foot of Sheedy. It's Gascoigne. And again. Vanden Hauwe just kept it in play. Gascoigne again. Gets it again to Vanden Hauwe. Hit very deep towards Naeem. Oh, whatever it is, he's given it Tottenham's way. Maybe the foul by Nevin on Naeem. Free kick taken. It's with Gascoigne, quickly taken. Gascoigne looking for a yard. Everton at the moment denying it. There's a great bit of football there. Quick wits on both sides. Naeem curling that one in. That's simple for Neville Southall.
Nice, wasn't it? Nice little cheeky player on Paul Gascoigne, and the blue shirts surrounded him like blue bottles there, so he had to change his mind, come out of it, and he sensibly gave it to someone in a wider position. We have a little breather now with Paul, and it'll be someone else's turn.
Well, maybe it's Nevin's turn. So Abbott gets that away. McCall. Allen. And again, he's had a good sound game, Paul Allen. Oh, just kept it in play. The linesman kept his flag down. The Evertonians on that side thought otherwise. Here's Gascoigne. Cut out by Keogh. Nevin. Scuttling through the middle there. Holding off Howes. Sheedy, little touch there, picked up by Cotty. Sharp trying to get it back to him. Can Sheedy get in there? No. Keogh. Adeveld. Touch to McDonald. Adeveld. Just lazily chipping that one in towards Sharp. Quite a battle between Sharp and Mabbutt this afternoon. Sharp finding Nevin. And been just about keeping possession. Everton's throw.
Good tight marking there, but nothing dirty about it. There's been very little for the referee to get excited about today, and he's kept up with the play, and he's enjoyed it as well, probably. Two players breathing a bit deeply now, Brown. It's been a hard game for them, battling the wind and the conditions here today, and sometimes when the odd individual gets tired, mistakes occur, so let's see if that creates goal chances.
Adeveld up towards Sharp. Cotty trying to get it in there, then trying to get it back to Ebrel, but Paul Allen was there before him, and it's Vanden Hauwe into Lineker. Howes to Gascoigne. Sheedy coming up behind him, and McCall coming up behind him. Thomas, Spurs keep possession. Naeem. Naeem to Stewart. Again it's to Stewart, and now for Naeem. Gets it to Paul Stewart again. Oh, this could be a chance for Tottenham here. And Southall just clipped that one across the crossbar and behind for the corner.
Smile from Neville there, bags of confidence, stands up a long time, which seems a bit obvious, but a lot of goalkeepers go into a dive too early and show too much of the goal. Peter Schilt, Neville Southall, two of the best in the business, remaining a big target for a long time.
Could have been an offside there, I would have thought also, Gary Lineker. Corner given, Everton get it away. Sheedy, picked with the right boot, and it goes straight to Naeem. So Spurs having the ascendancy at the moment. Gascoigne. Oh, what about that? It's a lovely little cross there, just a fraction too high for Lineker. Spurs aren't done yet. Mitchell Thomas plays it in again towards Stewart. Back in the end of Southall.
An excellent close play there from Paul Gascoigne. That's why he's the entertainer that we have at the moment. and he couldn't be in a better ground for appreciation of that sort of football. Here we go.
It is, Laurie.
Run about through the legs. They love that footballers. Nuts, they call it. I don't know why.
And a little chip.
Little chip over there, just a little bit too high for Gary Lineker.
In the meantime, it's Sheedy at the other end to Nevin. Adveld towards Sharp, but Van den Hauwe was there first. Keown. He hits Mitchell Thomas with that one. Stewart trying to keep it in play. It'll be an Everton throw. And Everton making another substitution, taking off Neil MacDonald from the midfield and bringing on Mike Newell.
Well, Neil MacDonald's worked very hard, and he's been the anchor when Stuart McCall and company have gone on the forages up front, and he's had to hold the fort a lot, and he's been very steady there without being spectacular. He's left out to one or two of the others, but this is a positive move again by Howard.
Newell a striker, so he's got Sharp, Cotty and Newell up there, and Nevin as well.
I think he's taking a bit of a chance with leaving that hole in the midfield, because Paul Gascoigne is in the sort of mood now where he can just produce something out of nothing, and we know from the earlier games this season that Tottenham are capable of winning a game in the last minute.
He's planted Sheedy into the centre of midfield now alongside McCall. Here's Gascoigne being challenged by Sheedy. Newell going away down the left. Sharp and Cotty and Nevin through middle. And on the right-hand side, here's Ray Atterveld, the Dutchman, born in Amsterdam. Call. Sheedy. Charged away by Mabbott. And Van den Hauwe gets it clear. Here's Keown. Atterveld. Sheedy once again. Spread wide to Newell. Gets it in, but Mabbott once again there for Tottenham. Away goes Gascoigne. Chased by McCall. Finds Stewart. Lineker's up there with him. So is Naeem. Just look how many blue shirts off back though. Gascoigne. Towards Lineker. Lineker beaten in the air. Some support there by Ebel, but Southall couldn't prevent it going over the line for the corner. With just 10 minutes of the game left. 1-1 the score. Both in the first half. McCall and Howells. Gascoigne to Allen. And another corner. Naeem again with this one. Curling this one out a little bit. No, it's fisted away there by Southall. Abbott turning it back in, and Mitchell Thomas, and what an amazing save by Southall. That was a save from 1 yard range, probably even less. And he didn't just parry it, he caught it.
That's right.
Now that is what you call razor-sharp reflexes.
There's two hands, Brian.
Look at this, but look at this when it comes in again.
He is only about a yard away. Good, powerful header. Look at that wallop, and he holds it. Caught him on the chin first. I think if Nigel Benn and the other fella are watching that, they'll be hoping their chins are as strong tonight. Eubank, is it the other man?
Yes, that's a fight that's live on ITV, and I tell you, some of the Spurs lads are going to it. I know Gascoigne and Lineker are going to it. That's live later on tonight on ITV. Benn versus Eubank. Gascoigne. Nine minutes of this one left. Lineker chasing. Was he obstructed? Lineker says he was. It wasn't his day. Sheedy. Lovely ball by Atterveld. Down he goes, a foul that time by Sedgley, a free kick to Everton.
It's such a flowing game, you know.
It's a lovely, enjoyable game, isn't it?
And the referee's always there, isn't he? There's not two referees, is there, Brian?
He hasn't missed a thing.
Yeah, he's right up there with it.
Well, now Sheedy with the left foot, which is a potent force in the Everton striking range, except there you are, they've proven me wrong again as Atterville plays it in. Came off Steve Sedgley. Stewart giving it away to Sheedy. Here's Naeem. Touch forward for Hans. And now for Paul Gascoigne. Naeem. Allen. No foul. Keown. Oh, given away there for a moment by Nevin. And Atterville furious there with Nevin, and as Atterville got it away, he just clumped Gary Lineker on the left shin. Looked as though Gary was suggesting that Atterville went over the top, but I must say my feeling was that Atterville was maybe in a state of mild panic there, Nevin having put him in a difficult position. He was just anxious to hack the ball away.
There's no doubt that his foot is high there, but you're right, he was panicking because he certainly didn't expect a back pass there. Gary wasn't too happy about that one.
Well, in a few minutes' time, Laurie, you've got to choose your man of the match. I'm sure everybody at home is probably also thinking maybe who their man of the match might be.
Well, there's been a good few candidates today, Brian, all around the field, which is it's good because it means that it's been quite an entertaining game.
Gascoigne knocking it forward. Allen. Playing it wide to Van den Hal, popping up there towards Paul Allen. And there's Naeem. Nevin. And back to Southwood.
Never gets too flustered, old Naeem there, and very composed player, and the team is composed. Tottenham, when they're playing like this, nice and steady in the football and in the build-up, and they're prepared to wait, and knowing that they can still get a goal, and they're capable of doing it.
Sheedy for Everton. Sharp very nearly got it back to him as well. David Howells, the long forward, and Lineker clearly fouled there by Keown, and a free kick to Tottenham.
That's that mixture again of we've had mostly short passing and then out of the blue, a good long ball, which Gary Lineker is the best in the business of getting on the end of, and of course Keown realised that he wouldn't catch him and he obstructed him.
Allen. Paul Allen. Now John Edward. Going deep there. Ratcliffe. Nevin. Space here for him to work, and Atterville coming up to support. Nevin's aware of it. There's the ball for Atterville. Now, what sort of cross? Clip behind for the corner.
Just ran out of room there. Atterville, it was an exceptionally good run, but he had a long, long way to go.
And Spurs are going to take off Lineker now, Laurie, and bring Paul Walsh on.
Gary doesn't know yet. He's busy looking down here, and we'll see what sort of reaction we get to that. There you go.
He's the perfect pro, the perfect gent. He's not going to complain. There he goes. Paul Walsh, who scored a crucial goal last week against Wimbledon and a hat-trick against Sheffield United earlier this season. There his former Liverpool player. He'd love to put it across Everton, of course. 4 minutes of the game left. There's the corner for Everton. Spurs lining up to get that one away. And what's that, another corner? It is indeed. Five Everton players in the box. Pulled in again by Sheedy. Just to blunder there from McCall. And Thomas headed towards the substitute Paul Walsh, but not before Sheedy gets there. Walsh having a real battle, gives away the free kick. More pressure on Tottenham's defence now with 3 minutes of the game to go. Expert free kick man Kevin Sheedy. Plenty of jockeying there amongst the Everton players. And another corner. Spurs really back on their heels at the moment. Nevin will take this one. Foul there as the players were jumping at the near post. There were plenty of them. And it'll be a free kick. Lineker, we understand, has got an injury caused by studs, presumably the studs of Ray Atterveld. But Walsh is on as his substitute.
You wouldn't say it's been a physical game at all with Brian. I mean, I think that was purely accidental, that one. But having said that, it still hurts.
Exactly. We've got to name a man of the match pretty promptly now, actually, Laurie.
I thought you would forget about that, Brian.
2 minutes of the game left. Here's Paul Allen for Tottenham. Into Stewart. And now Sheedy. It's a throw then for Tottenham, which Pat van den Hauwe will take. About a minute and a half of the game to left to go now. Up towards Walsh. Keogh needs to get back quickly because Walsh is so quick. Naeem. Thomas. Walsh. Gascoigne right up there. Stewart's up there with him. And in the end, Atterveld came in just to dispossess Paul Gascoigne, just when Gascoigne thought, hey, it's opening up for me here.
Just give him the edge over Paul Gascoigne today. So it's Stuart McCall, Brian.
Stuart McCall of Everton, man of the match. The Barclays man of the match for this game here at Goodison Park today. It's with Paul Stewart now. Paul Allen on the far side. We're now into injury time at the end of the 90 minutes. Back to Gascoigne. Oh, he's away from Newell. And a free kick now, the Spurs. Right on the edge of the box. This could be absolutely tailor-made now for Paul Gascoigne. Naeem placing the ball. Gascoigne. Yeah, there'll be hardly time for anything after this free kick's been taken. It's going to be Gascoigne with it. Floated towards David Howes, but floated behind. And indeed, there goes the final whistle. And it finishes in a 1-1 draw. A game full of splendid football played along the ground on a perfect surface, with Everton going into the lead with Stuart McCall after 14 minutes. And then the equaliser from David Howes for Spurs before half-time. Chances at both ends after that. Stuart McCall named man of the match by Laurie McMenemy. And Everton get a point. And to add to the point they got last week with Howard Kendall, of course. 2 matches, 2 draws and no defeats since Howard Kendall got back in charge here.
they've got so much confidence on the ball. I mean, they caused us a lot of problems. I mean, I thought, well, you know, I'm thankful that we got a point today.
So for you, that was a good result, not 2 drop points?
No, I don't think so today. I think we saw a quality goal in the first half. But we dropped a little deep with the equaliser, but all in all, I think that I'm not too displeased about the result.
Now, you come back to the club here. What sort of position do you find the club in? Because you're near the bottom of the table.
Well, near the bottom of the table, and
yes.
That's it. I mean, lacking in confidence, the players, naturally. I mean, I think that it's a case of trying to get them in winning ways, and hopefully the confidence will grow because the quality's here.
When you look back on that match, were you surprised, as well as you played, that you gave Gascoigne so much space today?
Well, I mean, I think it was other players bringing him into the game. I think that they created space for him, and he's a fine player. Instead of man-for-man marking, we tried to get close to him, but all in all, he's had a fine game today.
Thank you very much, Howard.
Pleasure. Cheers.
Howard Kendall, fairly happy return for him with Gary Newborn. I think the general consensus of opinion here at Goodison, a draw was very much a fair result. We'll have the views of Ian St John after the break. We've got all the goals from yesterday as well, so don't go away. Welcome back. 1-1 the final score at Goodison Park. Tottenham still undefeated away from home this season. Ian, how nice it was to sit and watch a game where both sides allowed each other to play.
Yes, I certainly did that, and nice to see that the fans applauding both sides off at the end, because, you know, it's not often you get that either. But this ground has a history of good football, and that's what the fans want to see. And I think that is more than anything the disappointing thing about Everton of late. You know, they haven't been playing good football. I thought today they were very positive. They pushed in 2 full-backs to supplement in midfield. They got the ball forward, and I thought they played some excellent football.
Of course, one of the reasons we didn't get goals in the second half was the 2 goalkeepers in good nick.
Well, all good teams have good goalkeepers as well, and Eric the Viking made a save here from Kevin Sheedy. And not only did he make the save, I think you'll see where he actually caught the ball. What a super save that was. And you're right, I mean, that is one of the reasons why they've had great results away from home. But Big Neville at the other end, this was an amazing save, because he's right behind Mitchell Thomas when he hit it, and he caught it. Now, I mean, I don't know how he did that. I don't suppose he knows how he did it either. But Everton were a bit relieved there.
What about your overall assessment of Paul Gascoigne's display today at the end of what has been a very difficult couple of weeks for him?
Week for the boy. I thought some of his skills are unbelievable. I mean, I do applaud him. I really enjoy to see skillful players playing, and I mean, he does things that very few other players can do. And when he gets you one-on-one, he can do the most amazing things. Then he does a little drag through, and through your legs, thank you very much. He's round the man, and it's just a pity, you know, for Tottenham. The cross was a little high. But throughout the game, I felt that his passing, range of passing is good, his little tricks are good. He didn't really get involved much in the game defensively, of course. He didn't do an awful lot.
So you do have reservations?
Well, of course you have, but I mean, in the end of the day, you say, well, if that is what he's putting on display, we'll sit and enjoy it. I think if you're the manager, you might say, you know, backtrack a little bit, and because Everton were allowed to play as well. And I think that's why Stuart McCall got the man of the match. He was allowed to play. Now, if you're playing against somebody and he gets the man of the match, I think you look at yourself and say, maybe I wasn't doing my job defensively.
So Howard Kendall, as far as you're concerned, has got something to build on here now?
Oh, yes, and I think Howard was making the point there that confidence was low. But I think displays like this raise confidence, and I think having Howard back gives the lads a lift, gives the fans a lift. Everybody's optimistic now, and you know, I think the future for Everton will be one where they climb the table. It's a fight in their hands, but they'll climb it.
Now, you're ready for the goals, which are going to come up very shortly.
Yes, get my glasses on for this one.
Let's see them. We didn't get any in the second half, but we've got 24 coming up for you now. The goals of the day, and you play a part as well. There was a warm welcome at Highfield Road for Coventry's new player manager Terry Butcher, who installed himself in a 5-man defence with Trevor Peake retaining the captaincy. Butcher's first contribution was to launch a free kick to the edge of Liverpool's penalty area, the champions at 6s and 7s. Kevin Gallagher's low shot left Grobbelaar motionless, only to rebound off the post. And Butcher was to find out Coventry's big problem. They don't take their chances. They've only 2 penalty goals to show for 6 weeks of league football. He certainly can't let Liverpool off the hook. 73 minutes gone, Ray Houghton's short-range cross-come shot was going straight to Agrizovic until Butcher intervened. Peter Beardsley poaching his 11th league goal of the season. Peter Reid did the opposite to Terry Butcher and left himself out of the Manchester City lineup for his first game in charge since getting the City job on a permanent basis. Adrian Heath's short strides making big inroads into the Luton defence. David White taking over when it mattered for his 4th in 6 games. Now here's a little number worked out on the training ground, but I wonder how many times Steve Redmond has connected quite like that. City looked to be cruising towards their first away win when the pattern of the game changed. Richard Harvey's cross for Ian Dowie, who only seems to score at home. Then in the last minute, Dowie was bundled over by Colin Hendry to give Luton a hotly disputed penalty. It wasn't so much the decision that caused a fracas, it was John Dreher's kick. Bit of a con job, but the quick thinking paid off. Arsenal must be wondering what on earth they've got to do if there's to be another photo finish to the league season as there was 2 years ago. It's their best start for 40 years. Perry Groves to Paul Merson for number 1. Now, with a defence that hasn't been breached for 6 games, it's more of a luxury than a necessity when Arsenal get 4. Anders Limpar's first touch was brilliant, his second just about powerful enough to sneak in. George Graham had toyed with the idea of recalling David Rocastle, but Perry Groves fully justified the manager's alternative selection. A picture goal this, Alan Smith's first in the league this season. Now, having waited 3 months for that moment, Smith only had to wait a further 20 minutes for his second. Nowhere near as spectacular, but Smith couldn't care less. Arsenal a point better off than they were this time last week. Crystal Palace have been finding goals and wins hard to come by, so they must have really appreciated the space afforded to Andy Gray and Paul Parker's assist, although Ian Wright will no doubt be claiming it. You don't often see Don Howe teams defending like that. They've been even deeper trouble without the goals of Roy Wegley. Wegley heading in his 11th of the season from Simon Barker's cleverly worked cross. But Palace picked up their second win in 6 games when Thorne flicked on McGoldrick's corner, Ian Wright needing no assistance to convert from that sort of range. His 8th of the season. Sheffield United held out for an hour or so, but once they went a goal behind, it was as good as over. Patient build-up by Manchester United. Steve Bruce with his 6th of the season. Without a win, 5 games without a goal, Dave Bassett must be reaching the stage where a phone call to Lenny Lawrence wouldn't go amiss. Topic of conversation, escapology. Definitely no escape at Old Trafford when Mark Hughes made it 2 with a minute left. Leeds are the form team of the First Division at present. Great to watch, murder to play against. 9 goals in 3 games, Lee Chapman's 5th in 6. Could have been a lot worse for Derby, whose problem is scoring goals, not stopping them. But there was nothing Wright, Shilton and co could do about this. Didn't even know Chapman could do this. A real gem of a goal from that little diamond, Gordon Strachan. Carl Schutt was involved in all 3 Leeds goals. Played well at Main Road last week as well, pulling defenders out of the middle and then putting the ball into one of the vacated areas. Gary Speed doing the rest. It's not vintage Forest yet, but a couple of fine goals nonetheless against a hard-working Sunderland side. Steve Chettle with his Stuart Pearce impression. For Nigel Clough, it was first time out against the club his dad used to play for. Nigel's 2nd of the season was beautifully done, and with Graham Taylor watching as well, the England manager a big fan of Cloughie Jr. Having lost 6 of their first 8 games, Norwich appear to have got their act together. Ian Crook firing them in front as early as the 3rd minute. Now, Derek Mansfield ought to go on holiday or something for Norwich games. 2 own goals against them last season. His foul on Dale Gordon there, judged to be of the cynical variety. Red card, early bath. Now, Ruel Fox started the move for number 2, combining with Dale Gordon. This is Gordon. This is Fox. This is Gordon again. Now, keep an eye on Fox, who never stops running, making his way to the edge of the penalty area before getting it back from Gordon and hitting a cross shot past Nigel Spink. Norwich, 11 points out of the last 15 available. Wimbledon hadn't won at home. Chelsea hadn't won away. Peter Nicholas's extraordinary own goal after a minute gave everyone the distinct impression it was the Dons who'd be heading for a first. Wimbledon had actually drawn their 4 previous games at home, so it was relief as much as anything else that greeted Terry Gibson's first of the season. Alan Cork playing it into the near post. Gibson doing what he does so well. Well, Chelsea managed to pull one back 10 minutes from the end through Gordon Dury, but it's only 1 win in 9 games for them now. Next Sunday, they're live on the match at Old Trafford. Right, well, 24 goals from yesterday, some very good ones. Haddy nodding in appreciation. There's the number, 0898 404 505. Give us a ring anytime and vote for your goal of the day. Quick look at the bottom of the First Division, that point lifting up Everton a couple of places. And as we move to the top, Spurs still in 3rd place, only no defeats, of course, away from home this season, having conceded only 2 league goals away. So good form for Tottenham, particularly on their travels. 24 goals from yesterday, 2 more today. Not an easy decision this week.
Very, very difficult. Some good goals, a lot of similar goals. And let's not forget today's, because I think today's have got to be taken into consideration as well. The Everton's goal, very good build-up. And as we mentioned during the game, Stuart McCall started to move off. Nice little play, going through sharp. Lovely little ball, and there was Stuart McCall, thank you very much, at the far post. So that has got to be a contender.
8 passes before the cross, Ian.
Yes, not something you've seen at Goodison Park for a while, 8 passes.
Sure.
But there again, a good goal also by Howells.
That was by David Howells. So, looking at your notes...
Well, I've got about 7 or 8 here. I'll take them home and think about it.
7 or 8 contenders.
Yes.
Anyway, we've all got to get home tonight because there's a big fight on ITV at 10:35. The WBO World Middleweight title between Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank. Benn, the champion, Eubank, the challenger. That's live tonight on ITV from the NEC in Birmingham at 10:35. And our next live football on ITV is next Sunday at 2:55, Manchester United against Chelsea. All in all, Ian, the live football this season has been highly entertaining.
It certainly has. Great game last week, wasn't it, at Manchester City, and this one today was a thriller. Next week, with United going well, should be a cracker.
The match at Old Trafford next Sunday. From all of us at Goodison Park, it's goodbye to you all.